For question 22, we have y equals 2. Let's sketch this line. Imagine you're an excellent air pilot. So we have 2 here, and you're going to cruise along at a nice altitude of y equals 2 kilometers high. Good job. Now what's the slope? We have a very steady ride because your slope is 0. It's flat. If you don't believe it, you can even substitute some points. If we have the points 0, 2 here, and just pick any random point, I'll choose 4, 2. You can see that y is 2, and the slope is equal to rise over run, or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is my y2, which is 2 minus 2 over 4 minus 0. So we always have the numerator of 0 divided by anything is 0. Now let's sketch x equals -1. Here's our origin in the center. X equals -1 goes to the left. So when you say x equals -1, we draw a vertical line, and the slope is undefined. So for example, if you choose this point here, we have -1, 0, and let's just choose any other point here, which for example would be -1, 2. What is the slope? The slope is rise over run, or you subtract the y values in any order. We'll go 2 minus 0 over -1 minus -1, which is 2 over -1 plus 1, which is 2 divided by 0. And we have a problem. You could say the slope is infinity, but is it infinitely positive or negative? So we call this undefined. A line goes through points 1, 3 and 4, -6. Let's find the slope. The slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's call this x1, y1. Let's call this point x2, y2. We just have to subtract. -6 minus 3 over 4 minus 1. So what is the slope? It's -9 over 3, which is -3. Now to find the slope point equation, we just have to substitute either point. Let's plug in x1 here and y1 here. We could have also used the second point, but I'm just going to use the first point. So y minus 3 equals m, which we found previously, x minus 1. So this is our slope point form. And to go from slope point form to the slope intercept form, we simply use algebra distribution. So y minus 3 equals minus 3x plus 3, because -3 times -1 is positive 3. And then we add 3 to both sides. When we throw the -3 over, it becomes plus 3. So y equals minus 3x plus 6. So as you can see, this should be called slope intercept form, not slope point form. Now for question 25, let's rewrite this into general form. So to get general form, we have coefficients that are integers, and the a value must be positive. So let's get rid of the denominator 5 by multiplying both sides by 5. So we have 15y equals 5 minus 2x. When you multiply this term by 5, the bottom goes away. Now general form has everything on one side of the equal sign. So why don't we throw everything to the left? Because we want the coefficient of x not to be -2, but positive 2. So we have 2x plus 15y, and the positive 5 becomes a negative 5 equals 0. And now we have the general form. And the a value, too, is positive. A is greater than 0. As for question 26, we're talking about parallel slopes. We know the slope here is equals to 3. So to have a parallel slope, the parallel slope will also be 3. Now, as for perpendicular, the regular slope is 2/3. Look at your formulas. You'll realize that the perpendicular slope is the negative reciprocal. So we not only flip these, we also change the sign from positive to negative. So the answer is negative 3/2.